Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of Our Parents' Basement, a lovely podcast where we will educate you all on all things relating to nerd culture, and you're going to like it. So, if you missed last week, don't worry about it. There is always iTunes, YouTube, and Google Play for you to listen to the lovely Turf use his hosting chops and, take us on a wild magic carpet ride. It was a great show. Hopefully you can check it out. But tonight we have new stuff, and obviously I'm back in the hosting chair, and I'm really excited to be with you all this evening. So why don't we get into it? So as you all know, I'm Cashel, and with me this evening we have Turf, who is coming to us from a very technologically advanced phone, it looks like. Is that right, Turf? You're on a phone now?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah, we can tell by the audio quality. He's on an iPhone, America, and his internet, and he's also at a Holiday Inn, so he may be in and out this episode. We also have Zach Z sporting a Hyrulean baseball cap.
That and my one Motorhead shirt.
Yep, he has one fly dog. And last but not least, he's rocking some shades this evening. And if you're listening to audio only, you can't see them, but they're really cool. Mr. Nikon, how are you doing tonight?
Doing all good. Well, how you guys doing tonight?
Doing great. I am loving those sunglasses. So
Too bad they're reflecting your screen.
exactly. You can see everything you see. So anyways, before we begin, Mr. Nikon's going to make me lose focus. But no. So we're all here. Welcome, everyone, for our first shtick tonight. I'm going to hand the floor over to Zach. He has a topic for us, and we are all going to participate, and it should be really fun. So, Zach, the floor is yours.
All right. There's kind of a tag video, I guess, going around, and I thought that would be pretty interesting to do. It got started up by Eliza White, who otherwise known as Alley Cat on YouTube, and I picked it up through John Riggs, who happens to be on YouTube also, and just an ultimate kind of questionnaire for geeks, you could say, to test your geekdom.
Okay.
And shall we start then?
Let's do it.
Let's get this going.
Bring it on.
All right. First question: what is your must-have tech gadget?
Ooh, what would my must-have tech gadget be?
Easy. I've got this easy. Phone. I can't go anywhere with a phone, man. It's my life is this thing.
I'm having non-flashbacks right now.
Yeah, that seems to be the popular answer with that one. So
Yeah, I would go iPhone. I'd go, my Android phone. I'm not an Apple fan.
yeah, I'm not an Apple fan either.
I am half an Apple fan, half not, because I have an iPad, but I can't leave anywhere without my Droid phone or my cell phone. So that's my answer, too, is my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little different. Say my tablet, honestly,
I've got a tab too.
because just it's a lot nicer screen than what I have on my phone right now, and that's how I got actually most of my digital comics right now.
On your tablet? You said you have digital comics on your tablet? That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Oh. Never thought of that.
Yeah, comicology.
Yeah.
It's been pretty good with the Unlimited.
I need to get a new phone. My screen is cracked to hell.
All right.
There you go.
Cool.
Soon, another Samsung
Next question.
phone.
All right. Which house do you belong in to in Hogwarts?
Bacon.
Hogwarts, as in Harry Twatter? I mean Potter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Harry
None of the above. I don't really.
I just say whichever house has the best bacon.
All right. I can only I think name 3. So hold on. I'll stand by. Hey Zach. Wrong Zach. Stand by. What house in Harry Potter would I belong to? Yeah, what house in Harry Potter would I belong to? Okay, Ravenclaw. That's what I'm going with.
Ravenclaw. Well, that sounds cool. I like Mr.
That's one
Nikon's
of 'em.
answer. Whichever has the best bacon, because, bacon.
You know,
Bacon
I'm gonna.
solves all the world's problems. Unless they're vegans.
Yeah, I'll say Gryffindor because Emma Watson.
Is that the
Oh.
one she's in? She's in
That's
that
the-
one?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the Harry Potter one.
Okay.
Wait, okay. There's Gryffindor. There's Slytherin is the other one that I know,
Yeah.
and I don't know any more than that.
Is it like a
Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Really? It's called Hufflepuff?
When I hear Hufflepuff, I think of H.R. Puffin stuff.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. And that guy with the bowl cut and the yellow leisure suit, you know what I'm talking about, with his little flute.
Leisure
Oh, yeah.
Suit Larry?
No, not leisure suit Larry, Mr. Nikon. All right. I don't think
All right,
we
so
answered
we're
that
not Harry
question very
Potter
well.
fans.
But yeah, so let's go to the next one.
All right. Who was your favorite Doctor?
Oh, God.
I'm gonna say
Seuss.
Doctor Strange.
I'm liking Peter Capaldi. You still?
I'm a-
I see like Christopher Eccleston, but then Capaldi came on, and he is one of my favorites now.
All right. For those who
Over
don't
my
know
head.
what this was referring to, it's referring to Doctor Who.
Oh, I was going to say Dr. Derange from Planeteers, but that's just
I
me.
was actually going to say Doogie Howser MD, but Dr. Seuss came up.
Ooh, Dr. Seuss is a good one, too. Good one.
I can now.
I mean, as a serious answer, I guess, what was it? David Tennant, I believe?
Tennant was okay.
What was he, like the 10th one?
Yes. It's hard to keep. It's hard to keep track now because
Let me put it this way. Whenever I had watched it, he was the Doctor on it. So that's going to be my default answer.
So hold on, is there a new Doctor every season?
no, not every season. Every few years,
How long's the show been on?
It started 1963.
And
Whoa.
like run continually?
It stopped in. When did it stop? Late 80s, and they tried to do a movie in 89. That didn't do too well. From 89 to 2005, there was nothing. Then 2005 came back with Christopher Eccleston as a doctor, and it's been going constantly since 2005 again.
So hold on, is the Doctor, is that like is that a title, or are they all playing the same character like James Bond?
No, it's the same character. He regenerates. He doesn't die. He just, something happens. He can regenerate into another form and save himself.
Okay.
So it's a whole more in-depth story than that's a whole show right there in itself.
All right.
Wow.
Next question.
Yes.
If you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Who would it
I'll tell you
be?
who it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be the Kool-Aid Man.
He doesn't use doors.
That's right.
You say "oh no" 3 times in, where suddenly he breaks through.
Oh yeah!
That's a really good question. There's so many.
Any fictional character, who would I have dinner with?
I'm thinking like Scarface or some gangster. Say hello to my little friend.
Don Corleone.
Yeah.
Cooking Mama.
Cookie Mama?
Yeah.
Cookie Monster.
Hey, if she can cook, why not?
Ooh, dinner of Cookie Monster, Don Corleone. Those two.
As long as there's no dessert, I mean,
Cookie Monster, why do you eat all the cookies?
yeah, you want to have.
Sit down, don't eat all the cookies.
What do you do?
I'm eating all the cookies.
You're fucking weirdo. I love it.
Give me cookie.
You sound like every metal band.
That's funny.
Angelo, what's your answer?
I don't know. Mega Man. I'll go with Mega Man. He's a cool guy. No, Mega Man
He's a
X.
robot.
That way there's more food for me then.
Oh, well
No, if
played.
if you piss him off, he'll shoot you.
No, we're good friends.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
That's not what I heard.
we're on a first name basis. I call him Mega, and he knows who I'm talking to. So there you go.
Well, when I see him, I'm like, oh man.
Next question, please.
Yeah, all right. This one is definitely more up our alleys.
Okay, good.
What is your gaming system of choice?
Hmm.
Now you're talking. PlayStation 2. But you think you guys already knew that about me?
Also, NES.
I mean,
What I
right
cut my
now,
teeth of.
right now I'd say the PS4, but mostly GameCube.
All right, I will my computer because I emulate everything and have NES. NES.
I was about to say, wow, you actually sold that for a minute there.
No, it's NES.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Next
If you had-
question.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, that's the question end all questions. And I'll tell you what, this question actually it'll tell you a lot about somebody when they how they answer. This is like a deep psychological study somehow.
Say what?
You want to go first then?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna say
Let's go Freud.
I want the Force. I want to be a Jedi because then you could like control people's minds. You could levitate. You got telekinesis. So yeah, I want to use the Force.
I want to travel through time.
Ooh,
Good one. Good one.
You don't want to do that.
Why not?
going back in time.
Why
How
not?
many movies have there been that going back in time has turned out to actually be bad?
Well, as long as you don't fuck shit up.
This episode of
What
OPB
would
is
you
rated
want?
R for course language. Continue.
If you go around,
Oh. Yeah, the whole butterfly effect thing. That's not.
You go back in time and where suddenly you're making out with your mother.
well, if you know, if you're smart about it, do things smartly.
Did you never watch Back to the Future?
I've watched Back to the Future.
I thought you were thinking of Hot Tub Time Machine for a second there.
If you
No,
go,
He didn't make out with his mom. It turned out that his dad was one of the guys with him. Spoilers.
so you say you
Well,
go
Zach,
back
well,
back
there-
in time into an area before your parents are even in that area, you're going traveling to. How can you mess stuff up?
Well, it might be your grandmother then.
So Zach, you do not want to travel through time, is what you're saying.
No.
But
I'm
Mr.
gonna go with-
Bacon does.
I'm going to go with the ultimate superpower of being a billionaire.
Okay, Trump.
No. Tony Stark, Oliver Queen, Bruce Wayne, whoever is supposed to be Moon Knight. They all were billionaires. So why not? Build myself a suit, all that stuff.
All right,
Mm,
Casual.
I want to breathe underwater, so I can be like, all right, peace, guys. I'm going to the ocean later.
what is this? What is this? Waterworld? Kevin Costner?
We've been through this before. We've been through this before. Bad movie. Sorry, Kevin. But no, not Waterworld.
Even a worse power even than Aquaman.
No, I mean, like going back to Waterworld, I would give $7 to watch Casual drink his own pee.
Now, why would I want to do a thing like that, Turf? I mean, some people are into that.
For $7.
Have you seen Waterworld? Kevin
In
Costner
theaters
drank his own
years
pee.
ago.
Yeah, Kevin
He does?
Costner drank his own pee. Yeah.
Huh.
$7. Come on, do it.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but I'd be, chilling with my fishy friends and, just not coming up for air anytime soon because I wouldn't have to. I might prune a little bit, sensitive skin, but it'd be worth it.
Even worse superpower than Aquaman on the Justice Friends.
So I choose to be underwater.
All right.
Seriously though, y'all Google that sometime. There's like it's like a psychological study when you ask somebody what their superpower should be. It actually tells quite a bit about them.
Now I'm
In
curious. All right, cool.
Next question. What is your favorite fantasy world?
Huh.
Mr.
Favorite
Nikon's
fantasy
bedroom.
world.
Totally kidding.
We don't call it the fantasy world anymore.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, the dungeon.
Well, only on Tuesdays.
Fantasy world. So any place of fiction, huh?
Yeah.
Springfield from The Simpsons.
I hear that's located in Oregon.
God, what would my fantasy
I
world be?
don't know. That's a good one. Oh, you know what? And I don't think anyone else has played it. Maybe Zach has. The World of Skies of Arcadia. All floating airships and whatnot.
Oh.
That's my pick. Floating continents, floating airships, floating everything. Float, 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 float. That's my choice. That's my choice.
Huh.
Excuse
I have no idea.
If we've learned anything from this podcast, it's that Cashel hates the ground.
Must be underwater or
you. I don't want to.
He's like, fuck dirt. That's
I know.
Hmm.
GD
You know,
dirt.
I'm just gonna go with the standby with Hyrule.
That works.
You got shit coming after you, you know, and you gotta find swords and crap.
Now if you stay inside the towns, you're safe. Just don't attack a chicken. Then you're proper. You're proper fucked.
Or live in or live in Castletown.
Who has not answered yet?
Probably one of the Monty Python worlds.
What?
There you go.
You're crazy as hell.
I fought in your general direction.
You know how ridiculous would that be to
hamster.
live through that?
And your father smelt of elderberry. Or did I get those mixed up? It's been a while.
What about like Spaceball?
Yeah,
Screw idiot.
like or just live in a mind of like Mel Brooks, you know.
I'd love to live in his mind. It's good to be the king.
Well, back then. Now
I
not
know
so
Mr.
much.
Nikon likes to roll in the hay, so that's not too.
That's been a while.
Never gets old. I'll tell you what.
A day's not complete without a Young Frankenstein reference.
All right.
All
Next
right, what's
question.
next, man? What number are we on?
Oh, that was number 7, actually. All right. Number 8 is if you could be any fictional race, what would you be?
Any fictional race. Huh.
Well, you mean like elves, dwarves, that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fictional alien race, anything like that?
Oh, geez, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
I'm going to say I want to be an Olympian. Does that count?
Sure.
I want to be one of the... Either that or, you know, there's a standby answer of, like, white male, because that's worked out in most of history.
Yeah. If you think about it, yeah.
I'd go elf. Longer lifespan, access to magic.
Be a Time Lord.
Pretty ears.
You know what they say, once you go elf, you're never on the shelf.
Oh, my.
I don't know what that means.
Big ears, big earrings. All right. Yeah.
Once you go elf, you never touch yourself. Oh.
Oi.
That Holiday Inn must be really... the fumes must be...
That's gold. That needs to be on a t-shirt.
Somebody's been hitting a mini bar.
I'd say a Time Lord.
Of course.
What's that?
From
Dr.
Doctor
Tim?
Who.
Oh, okay.
The Doctor, he comes from a race of aliens called the Time Lord. They control all time and space and all that. So
Basically, the only difference is that you got 2 hearts.
yeah.
Aw. Cute.
Not that type.
This one's for feelings.
This one's just for the ladies.
I don't know. I can't think of anything because I'm cool being human.
How about Mega Man? Being Mega Man.
Okay, I'll be Mega Man. I'll be a Reploid, yeah, like a Mega Man.
All right.
Mega Cash.
All right. Number 9, the great debate: Star Trek or Star Wars?
Neither.
You shut your face.
I'm saying Star Wars. Never
I
cared
like-
for Star Trek.
I like them both.
But which one?
I can't.
You can't.
I like them both.
You have to
You
pick
can't
one.
like them both.
Someone's holding a time erasing gun, and where it's pointed at either Star Wars or Star Trek. Which one are you going to allow him to pull the trigger on?
Which one am I going to allow them to pull a trigger on? Battlestar Galactica. I'll go Battlestar Galactica.
Judas.
It's Star Wars. Any other answer is wrong.
Well, Terry, I was going to say you're Star Wars. I know that. Zach's Star Wars.
Yeah.
So Star Wars wins by Star Trek.
It's like picking your favorite kid, your favorite son, or favorite daughter. Which one do you like better?
That's easy. How many kids do you have?
I don't got any yet.
See? That's only said by people who don't have kids.
It's like pick your
People
favorite.
that have kids, it's easy to pick the favorite one.
Don't you only have one?
Yes. That makes it easier.
Pick your favorite cat. You know.
All right, last question.
All right. Last one is actually a list.
A list.
A list.
List your top 5 geektastic movies or TV series.
Oh man.
Okay. Top
You know what?
5.
All right, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay. You know what? I'll say The Flash, the the CW series. That one, it's just insane.
Is that your number 5 or number
Yeah.
1?
Number 5.
Number.
Well, these aren't really in any sort of order.
Geektastic stuff. Number 5.
Number 1, Star Wars.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Don't know why.
Number 2 would be the Marvel Universe. Number 3,
I like
don't
that
know,
one.
man. Yeah, that was a good one.
You know what? I'll say Robot Chicken, because just a whole bunch of geek references there. And
Oh wait, yeah, we're going series. I'm trying to think of another universe.
TV series or movies?
Do we have to pick one or the other, or can I do both?
Depends.
Just start saying stuff.
I don't do
Firefly.
anime.
Firefly.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. What else for TV? Nerd stuff. Well,
Sailor Moon for me.
Knight
obviously.
Rider. Gotta have Knight Rider.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I like that one.
The Young
Clerks.
Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Gotta say Clerks, because a whole bunch of Star Wars references and Kevin Smith.
Oh, and Quantum Leap. Those are my
Inner-
5 TV shows. Quantum Leap.
How about Inner Space?
Oh God, I haven't seen that that movie in forever.
That movie was so cool, wasn't it?
Martin Short.
Martin Short was in that. I didn't see it. I'll have to watch it.
Oh man, it's from probably the mid '80s. A guy gets
Perfect.
struck down. I guess is it Dennis Quaid?
Dennis
Isn't that who
Quaid, he's part of an experiment where he gets miniaturized in this little ship to travel through.
I did
Rabbit.
see that. It
But
was like
he
the robot
accidentally-
assassin.
Well, no.
Oh.
Like he's some experiment, and the lab gets all taken over.
Yeah,
And
I
one
seen
of
that
the doctors, he has a syringe, and he shoots Martin Short in the ass with a syringe and injects Dennis Quaid into Martin Short's ass.
one. Yeah, then Martin Short says, "I'm possessed" or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that. Okay. It's been a long time, but I forgot I was calling that. Okay,
We
sweet.
gotta see this movie, Jenny.
No, I don't think so too.
All she heard was Dennis,
What the hell is wrong with you guys?
Dennis Quaid inserted into Martin's ass.
Giggity.
Asshole.
Come on, man. This got so derailed.
All right. So
You know what? Mel Brooks was mentioned earlier. I know that we mentioned it, but Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That one's got to be up there, I think.
Movies, yeah, Spaceballs, Tron, Star Wars, Star Trek.
All right.
What else? What would be a fifth one?
what's the one where the pizza delivery guy shows up and all the hot girls don't have any money?
That's porn.
I was going to say your fantasy. I don't know. I mean, like
Sausage Delivery. What,
You know,
what-
my last one I'm going to mention is an anime called Golden Boy. If you have not seen that, you are missing out. It is one of the most hilarious things that I've seen.
okay, good. So we can do anime. In that case, I'm gonna go with Sailor Moon, Xenosaga, East, Kitty Grade, and Slayers. Done.
Howard the Duck.
Slayers is pretty good. But, I mean,
Actually, Slayers next, not Slayers. Slayers next.
but yeah. Main
Howard
reason
the
why I
Duck.
say
There you go.
Golden Boy, it's just hilarious. And I've never laughed so hard at somebody worshipping in a toilet.
Okay. Well, I guess that kind of wraps up our.
Was that the
10
last question?
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I'm just kidding. No, those were fun. I enjoyed that. That last one, though. Whew. Ugh. Well, then, my fellow castmates, I think it's time we move on. We have some time. Yeah, let's move on, shall we? Tonight, we're going to attempt to talk about a console that I sort of hold near and dear to my heart. I'm not sure how everyone else feels about it, but, you know, we're going to make it work. Tonight, we're going to talk about the Sega Saturn, the console that can make toast, according to Mr. Nike.
Wait, the No Doubt album, Return to Saturn?
Close. I thought you said this, Mr. Nikon. I thought you said the Sega Saturn can make toast.
Oh yeah, it can. It
This is
also people with the Sega Saturn, you set it and forget it. Wait, no, that's a Showtime rotisserie from Wrongful Appeal. Sorry, wrong thing.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's look at some trivia about this thing. For those who don't know, the Saturn is a 32-bit 5th-generation home video game console that was developed by Sega, released in Japan in '94, and in America in '95, and later in Europe in late 1995. It was the successor to the Genesis, and during the time of its launch, and I guess during its heyday, I had absolutely no interest in ever owning one. I was Team PlayStation. A lot of my friends were Team PlayStation. Some of my friends were Team Nintendo 64. And then there was Sega Saturn. I didn't actually, honestly, I don't know anyone who owned a Sega Saturn. So that, you know, as a kid, I'm thinking to myself, damn, this thing must be a total flop, and it sure enough was. But let's go around here. Turf, did you know anyone who had a Sega Saturn, or did you own one yourself?
No, I didn't. My only thing about the Sega Saturn is, for a long time, I was strictly a NES collector. Like, you know, I'd go out and hunt and look for stuff, and I'd only pick up NES games. Anything else, I'd leave laying. Well, I was in a Goodwill, and this is a long time ago. This is before like Goodwill got to be a thing that people looked at. And anyways, it was one of those old skeezy Goodwills that were really dirty and nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, now they're all
anyways,
bright and pretty.
I know. Now it's like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I got a Sega Saturn that had a Virtual Fighter in it. Yeah. No, it had Virtua Cop in it. And
Even better.
That kind of with cords and everything for like $8. Anyways,
Nice.
it really opened me up to starting to collect everything. To buy, I mean, I say it opened the door for me to start this obsession or this whatever I have. So that's my Sega Saturn story. It kind of started all of my collecting outside of NES.
Cool. What about you, Zach? What's your experience with the Saturn?
I never had one. I never knew anybody who had one. And pretty much, I think the first time I ever heard of one was back on MySpace. in some video game forums there.
MySpace.
MySpace.
But
Good times.
but yeah, I mean, I didn't get into it until a couple of years ago when I found one at the flea market for $10.
Damn, good deal.
Yeah, and didn't have the controller or cord or the AV cord, but ended up getting those. And I don't know, I pretty much the main person I guess I would say that kind of pushed it was listening to Alpha Mega Sin talk about the Sega Saturn.
Alrighty. Mr. Nikon, any experience at all?
Nope.
Nope.
Makes toast. It makes toast.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, I was kind of the same thing as the three of you. After like that era, the 64 PlayStation and Saturn started to die down, though, I remember seeing an advertisement for a video game that was for the Saturn. It was obviously a 2D RPG from Japan, and I really wanted to try it, but it said only available on Saturn. So I was like, man, I must have missed out. The Saturn must have been really cool. But, like everyone else, it wasn't until years later that I wanted to get into collecting that I decided to. I found a Saturn, and with it, I found that game I saw in the advertisement all those years ago. So that was pretty cool. But I don't know. I think it's kind of an underrated, a little misunderstood console. I think there's some really great games on there. Obviously, you guys know about my obsession with Panzer Dragoon Saga. But the whole Panzer Dragoon series seems pretty good. I haven't tried the first two yet, but they're on-rail shooters. Those are always a good time.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games. Where it was the first Panzer Dragoon. I've never played Panzer Dragoon Saga, but the first one, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of an on-rail shooter. You can look 360 degrees around you. It gets kind of crazy. There's enemies coming from every direction. As far as like the must-have game for the system, I'd even go as far as say that it is probably the killer app, I guess, for
Yeah.
at least one
for
of
the
the top
Sega
five.
Saturn. Yeah, well, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's the best one that I've played on it.
It was also a launch title, which I thought was really interesting. Usually launch titles are not so good, but Panzer Dragoon, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and mentioning the launch there, it's what really killed the Saturn in the first place when you go back and look into history, because it launched early. Like, they announced it, and where it's like, and you can get this right now. And where developers were just, wait, what? And they rushed games out to get them out to market.
Mm-hmm.
And where you saw that was even Sega games, such as the original Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a pretty buggy mess, very unpolished.
That's when Sega was making good ideas.
Like,
Well-
releasing console early.
It fell into like the same thing as the PlayStation and a lot of the Nintendo 64 stuff. It was that the 3D graphics were having those growing pains.
Yeah, oh,
They
yeah.
were-
Yeah.
and most of it is, I mean, that whole era. It's probably my least favorite era, I guess, of games because it aged so horribly because of those growing pains. And I mean, every game or 99% of the games they look like trash. They're horrible to look at.
Something else to mention, this Saturn was meant to be a 2D powerhouse, not meant for 3D. If you've seen any videos on it, you know that it had the expandable memory RAM, and actually if you play any of the 2D fighters, they are amazing on that system.
Oh, yeah. There's some great games. Yeah, the 2D capabilities of the Saturn are just top-notch. I mean, they're good on the PlayStation, but I think during that era, everyone wanted to try to be in that 3D setting. I guess that was a new thing, the new cool thing to do. I didn't like it. I was like, give me 2D all the way. And that's where the Sega Saturn, apparently, which I did not know, that's where it excelled. So, but I'm wondering, do you guys have a favorite? Do you have a favorite game on there? Turf, you mentioned Panzer Dragoon. Is that your top pick for your?
That would, I mean, as far as yes, that would be my favorite game
That's
because
fun.
Virtual Cop's a lot of fun too. That's another really fun game on there. But it suffers from a lot of the 3D looking like ass. But yeah, that's I'd say Panzer Dragoon because it's definitely it's different. They tried something different. It was a new experience, and it worked. And it's got a really good soundtrack, and yeah.
Yeah, it does. Very good one. Mr. Nikon, do you have a favorite one, or did you even play one before?
Never played a Saturn.
Oh, we'll have to change that at some point. Moving on then. Zach, do you have a favorite Saturn game?
All right. Earlier when we were talking about this, I did go and just grab a stack of them. And you know what? Something real quick to mention. These cases pretty much suck.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Because they're basically jewel cases, but because of how big they are, they're extremely fragile. But yeah, like I said, I got a couple of games here. Galactic Attack, very good 2D shooter, space shooter, and this one is going to be kind of an odd one, as odd as that sounds, but Sonic 3D Blast on it. This is actually the version I would recommend you get over the Saturn or the Genesis version, especially if you have the 3D pad that came with Knights, because it looks a lot nicer, actually easier to control with the pad, and actually a lot better music. Another game, this is kind of, I think, my most expensive game I have for one of them, Earthworm Jim 2. Another 2D game that's done incredibly well on there. I kind of beat up Tomb Raider, which this is the system that Tomb Raider was designed for, so that's why I went with this version. Legend of
That's a good
Oasis.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's basically Zelda on its Saturn. And gotta have a fighting game on there, so I'm got Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge.
Was that a U.S. release?
Those are all your favorites.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So I didn't know that was. I guess I have Street Fighter Alpha on there too. So yeah, the 2D fighters are really good. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and where some of them, the 2D fighters, like I said before, take advantage of RAM cards, which they basically added RAM like the expansion pack for the N64.
And whenever they did that, didn't some of the games had extra frames of animation, didn't they, to make them look smoother?
Yeah.
Okay.
And where something that I would recommend getting would be an action replay. It counts as both a 1 megabyte and 4 megabyte RAM card, and it allows you to bypass region coding.
Ooh, nice. I like that idea.
Yeah, so you can play Japanese imports, which, let's face it, for a lot of the games is going to be a lot cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know I got though the only game that I got that's the Japanese version that I can actually play is Last Bronx.
Very cool. I don't really have a favorite one because I only have 4 Saturn games and I like them all the same. But I wanted to grab one, and this is the one that I told you guys about. I saw the advertisement for, and the one that I picked up along with the Saturn, Albert Odyssey. It's clearly it's a Japanese-inspired RPG, but it really takes advantage of those 2D capabilities, and it's such a fun, traditional RPG and great music. It's so just pleasant to look at. It's so laid back. It's a feel-good RPG. You don't have to grind. You don't have to worry about a convoluted story. You just save the world and have fun while doing it. And it's thanks to this game that I got started on the whole Saturn collecting thing. I mean,
And you got to worry about ridiculous prices.
I actually got a damn good deal for this. I was so surprised. Like, my friend was with me at the time. He said, "Oh, by the way, guess what they have?" I'm like, "What?" They have Albert Odyssey. I'm like, shut up. No, they don't. They don't have that. And sure enough, they did. And it was fairly priced. Now, the other games, yeah, they're a little up there.
Complete in box for Albert Odyssey is $200.
Yeah, I definitely didn't pay that much. So, go me. Yay, I guess. But what's interesting is, for instance, Mega Man X4. It's available on the PlayStation. It's also available on the Saturn. PlayStation version, $9. Sega Saturn version for X4, last I checked, $150. That's crazy. Like, it's the same game. Nothing is different about them at all. I can't believe that. Yeah, that just baffles me. You know. So.
Well, all right.
Exactly, something to say, but I guess I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
I got just price running up, and it doesn't have the Mega Man games on it.
Does it have X4 on there?
No.
Oh, well. It's out there. It exists. I saw it. It was crazy. But
Resident Evil shot up again.
what do you guys think caused the Sega Saturn to be such a flop? I mean, there's a lot of theories out there. One is there was never a true blue Sonic game released for it, and as you know, Sonic is Sega's.
Was Sega.
Was Sega's cash cow. Thank you, Mr. Nikon. But what do you think caused the Saturn to flop?
Well, like I said, Sonic 3D Blast on there wasn't that bad. I mean, I could play it nowadays, but like I said, it was just them coming out with it or earlier than what they were telling people that they would, and that caused a lot of rush development in the beginning. And where it didn't help that the president of Sega at the time said that the Saturn was not their future, while their console was still out on the market.
Well, and
with no successor yet.
I'll tell you what, my opinion, and this may or may not be fact, but just me spitballing here.
Yeah.
The people kind of lost faith in Sega. They came out with the Genesis, and it was huge. And then, like, oh, we're going to add this Sega CD to it. Or
yeah, that's another thing that people bring up.
Then they're going to, hey, maybe we'll add on this other add-on. And they didn't really support the 32X. They didn't really support the Sega CD. They were just, there's a 32X, there's less than like 50 games, right?
Yeah.
There's not many. Then the Sega CD, there's not a whole lot either. So they weren't people were buying these add-ons, and Sega wasn't supporting them. So why would I go ahead and get their next console, when they're just going to drop it too?
And like originally, with the 32X, it originally sold for like $200 originally.
Right.
Then at the end, they're selling for like $20. So I think that put a lot of sour taste in many people's mouths about Sega.
Tonight.
Yeah. That whole 32X Sega CD fiasco, that to me at the time, I was just a little kid. I was like, that sounds stupid, and I guess it was. And it looks like the Saturn at launch was $400. That's how much a PS4 costs nowadays.
And $400 in
back in those days.
Was a lot of money.
Let's see.
Yeah, and what was the original PlayStation coming out at? $250, was it?
I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise you if it was a lot cheaper.
Well,
yeah,
a
I think
Nintendo
that's
64 was $199.
Huh?
A Nintendo 64 was $199 when it came out.
Yeah, that's something else to mention, is that the competition, at least for Sony and Nintendo, was cheaper.
Yes. So $400.95 is about $628 today.
That's so high price. The lack of support from fans feeling burned by the 32X and the Sega CD. Another thing is third-party support. It was a lot cheaper to make games for the Sony PlayStation than it was for the Saturn, and of course, there's all the Nintendo 64 had their own stuff as well. But third-party support, that was a huge one. I mean, Sonic wasn't really coming out in the first place, so
Has
There's
Sonic
another
ever
nail
came out?
in the Saturn's coffin.
Yeah.
So it's just a shame. I think there was a lot of stuff that could have been done with it. A lot of good games there.
Shit.
A lot of hit. That was funny. A lot of like hidden treasures, and my game of the year so far is on the Sega Saturn. So
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a highly collected system, so I mean, there must be something there. People don't just buy trash.
oh yeah, I think every
well,
system has something redeeming on it.
So I mean, there's a lot of stuff on it that is extremely collectible, and people they really love. I don't see the appeal, to be honest with you, but that's just me.
Yeah, I just looked up real quick. Sega Saturn, when it was launched, cost $399.
That's a lot of money back in those days when you only have allowance to buy a game at a time. So
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And it's like things, a lot of Nintendo stuff when it came out for certain time, it was always $200 when it first came out.
Yeah.
I think the original NES was like $199.99. Super Nintendo when it came out was $199.99. I think that was like
Wow.
Nintendo's price for many years for like their systems.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much the only systems that would have been around at that time that were higher price than that were the 3DO and SNK Neo Geo.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the Neo Geo is still
And-
same price as it was new as it is going for used.
Yeah, and you know what? Neo Geo was meant to be an actual arcade system at home.
Yeah.
So pretty much the ports were the actual games.
Mhm. They just made them smaller.
Yeah. Wow.
If you could call a Neo Geo cartridge small.
Yeah.
They're bigger than a frickin' VHS tape.
I don't think Zach Z will remember what those are. He's kind of a youngin'.
I know what they are.
Okay. Partially joking.
They're about the size of a pneumatic
What an
videotape.
8-track is, that's where I'm just like, I remember seeing them at the flea market. That's about it.
I've got a bunch of 8-tracks around here somewhere. They're all Polish polkas.
You know that doesn't really shock me anymore. When you say stuff like that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
I live in a Polish neighborhood in Chicago, so it's hard to not run into someone who's Polish.
Yeah. Well, we could end with this interesting quote I saw from a former president of Sega of America. He said, "I thought the Saturn was a mistake as far as hardware was concerned. The games were obviously terrific, but the hardware just wasn't there." So, the poor Saturn. It was kind of marked for death from the get-go. But
Yeah.
what can you do? That being said,
They try to redeem themselves with the Dreamcast.
and it worked. I'm just kidding.
And
we'll
Sonic
save that for
appeared on
another
Nintendo
time.
games, on Nintendo systems.
So, well, my fellow castmates, I had a lot of fun. Got to talk about the Saturn and got to do those fun questions. Thanks to Zach for finding those. And we got to see Mr. Nikon's Superfly shades. Turf, my man, can you give us some information regarding how we can watch or listen to this episode again?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're watching this live, you can find the rest of our videos here on YouTube or on ourparentsbasement.com, which is a wonderful website that is actually meant to make it look like it's a GeoCities site. That's not by accident. We're a retro show, so it's a retro
Thumbnails.
page. Anyways, you can also, if you just want the audio, if you just want to hear the melodious tones that are Our Parents' Basement, you can check us out on iTunes, check us out on Stitcher and Google Play. Now,
Soon to be an 8-track.
we're not on 8-track. If you want to interact with us, hit us up on Facebook, like the page, give us a thumbs up, subscribe here on YouTube, comment down below. There it is, down below. You can. We have a Twitter at OPB Podcast. Then we have Gmail. Send me an email. At opbpodcast@gmail.com. And that's where you can find this glorious bunch of folks.
Yes. Send us a telegram.
I'll accept smoke signals.
Easy, boys, easy.
Pony Express.
I just got something to say. About 2 weeks ago now, we hit 100 likes on Facebook, so we held the contest. Only one person entered.
Well, that person must be the winner then. Hey!
Hey!
So we have a random number to draw. What's the number?
Well, let's
One.
see.
Oh, hey, number one. Hey, number one, you'll know who you are and we'll send you a message.
Yeah, congratulations to Angie Lawrence.
Hey!
All right, good job, Angie. Good for you.
We'll contact you sometime this week.
What did they get today?
Well, we'll pretty much give them the choice because it's going to be either one of 2 Steam keys or a digital copy of Deadpool, the movie.
Right, there you go.
Ooh, if she doesn't take the movie, I'll take the Deadpool movie because I need to see it.
All right.
Sorry, Angie. All right, let's wrap this up like a present. So thank you all for watching. It was fun, and you can see us all again next Thursday. Until then,
Peace.
later.
Later.
Later.